Thousands of years ago, the Earth was cold. This facilitated some of the most iconic animals of this era, the mammoth and the saber-toothed tiger being the most famous among this selection. These were titans of the ice, unchallenged in their domination of the planet. But as all things, time marches on. The Earth warmed up, and a new hairless ape began making its way out of Africa. This resulted in the megafauna of this era beginning to go extinct, until they were all wiped out, relegated to museums and history books, with one exception, as in the far north of America, the final third titan remains, the musk ox. Why hello there, I'm Jake, a semi-depressed father of 15 who talks about animals on the internet. And today we'll be talking about the musk ox. Before we begin, my boss has asked that you hit the like button and subscribe. Or don't, it's up to you. But if you don't, our friendly local bouncer Samukai will be sent to your location to persuade you. With all out of the way, let's grab our cold weather gear, book a flight to Canada, and search for the musk oxen. Musk oxen live in the Arctic Circle and have historically ranged all across Europe, from the far reaches of Spain to the Ural Mountains of Russia. However, as I explained in the TikTok video, musk oxen now only live mainly in the modern-day Arctic Circle, particularly Canada and Greenland. However, there are populations in both Norway and Sweden. The reason for this, and for such a small population, is that 9,000 years ago, musk oxen went extinct, relegating, as mentioned, musk oxen in the modern era to North America, mostly northern Canada. As you can tell by their frozen postcodes, these guys are quite fond of the ice and snow, particularly living in the tundras. In musk ox, both genders possess horns that are used in both defense and territorial displays, with most musk ox being between 3'7" to a maximum of 4'5" tall. There is a much larger difference between the weights of the musk ox, being between 180 to 410 kilograms, making these guys absolute chonkers. And it's vital, as in the harsh environments, you need to have large fat reserves to survive. Musk ox are also quite long in length, with males being between 6.7 feet to a maximum of 8.4 feet. As well as this, their top speed is 37 miles per hour and can live for a maximum of 20 years. Even more impressive, one of the identifying features of the musk ox is its thick coat, evolved to resist cold temperatures. To do this, the coat has developed an outer and inner coat, with the outer coat consisting of tougher furs called quivet, which can be harvested to make textiles. Musk oxen also have the unique ability to reduce heat of different parts of the body to conserve body heat. This is called heterothermy. As a herbivore, musk oxen primarily consume grass. However, depending on the season, it can be subsidized with other vegetation. During the summer, musk oxen will eat grass in the lowlands of its environment. However, during the winter, musk oxen migrate to the highlands, as the snow will be lighter and will be easier for the musk oxen to dig through, expending less energy. During the winter, musk oxen will also eat willows, which is an integral part of the winter diet, but will also consume mosses and woody plants, as it is edible for musk oxen to eat, alongside the grass. Musk ox herd sizes vary depending on the season. During winter, herds range from 12 to 24 individuals, being a mixture of both males and females, as well as their young. But during the summer, will range from 8 to 20 individuals, with a dominant bull expelling all other males, with these males either going off to acquire their own herds, or creating a separate herd of bachelors, usually consisting of the young and elderly. These will rejoin the herd near the winter. Musk ox have two separate age-based hierarchies, with a dominant bull and cow having access to the best resources. Dominant ox will treat subordinates like cows to show dominance. An example of this would be tapping the hind legs, as well as mounting. But this behaviour is usually done in the summer, as part of the breeding season. Another behaviour that is exhibited by musk oxen of the male genera is the Russian butt, where dominant males will charge at subordinate males, but prior will roar and give warnings for the other male to get out of the way of the dominant males. Dominant males can be challenged. In this scenario, two males will back up 30 meters and charge headfirst into one another. This will continue until one of the males secede from the competition, with the victor gaining access to the herd and breeding rights. So, to put it in a way that we'll all understand for our human ears, it's basically your average high school changing room. When feeling threatened, adults will form a defensive ring or semicircle, with males forming the vanguard of this formation. During the spring, bachelor males will rejoin the main herd, adding to the defense of both the herd and their own. During the spring, dominant males will also determine the formation of the herd. However, for the rest of the year, females will determine this formation. They are backed up with their defensive thick skulls and sharp horns, making this formation almost impenetrable. But if something gets too close, a bison will fake a charge to force the predator back. They will stay in this formation until the danger is past. Another benefit of this strategy is that if the herd has calves, they are safe in the centre of the circle. The oxen will group up together, quite literally forming a ring of steel around the calves. For musk ox, the breeding season, or the rutting season, occurs from late June to early July. As mentioned, dominant bulls push out all other males of the herd, leaving around 6 to 7 females in the dominant male's harem. They will not be allowed to leave the herd until the end of the breeding season. Males during this time will have urine distributed on its underbelly, resulting in a rank and strong smell, giving the musk ox its name. At the end of July, females will take their position as the dominative matriarch of the herd, and will determine how far the herd travels in a day, and where the herd settles to sleep. The reason for this is that females need a minimum amount of fat reserves in order to begin calf gestation. When born, within a few hours, the calf will be able to walk and join the herd in its travels. They will be nursed on its mother's milk for 2 months, after which they will be weaned and begin to start consuming the vegetation. After 2 years, the bond with the mother is broken, and females will either remain with the herd, or, as well as males, they may leave the herd to find one of their own. I will interject to say that musk ox calves are some of the cutest things I've ever seen. I mean, look at them. Literally a ball of fur. Literally a ball of fur. Aside from the weather, which is arguably the biggest threat to musk oxen, the main predator is the Arctic wolf, which accounts for half of all musk ox deaths. However, other predators include grizzly bears and polar bears. The main targets of the predators will be calves or weak adults, as they are less likely to put up any resistance. Musk ox relationships with people is mostly non-aggressive, and even though fatal attacks do happen, they are not common, and are usually the result of people not giving the musk ox their space. Although they have been semi-domesticated for their wool, and as a result of human actions, musk ox have been reintroduced to Norway and Sweden, and now live with a total population worldwide of around 80,000 to 125,000. And with that, that's the musk oxen. Cow that absolutely reeks. I hope you've enjoyed. If you feel we've earned it, leave a like and a subscription. It would be greatly appreciated. Now, as you can see before you, there is a variety of videos which we have published before that you may look at if you wish, or don't. I mean, I prefer you to, but I understand that everybody's busy. And I'll give you a clue as to where we're going next time. It's the complete opposite of today's feature. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.